Hey Cowboys Nation! Today we're diving deep into some of the most significant moves happening along the Dallas Cowboys offensive line as we look toward the remainder of this season and even beyond. One of the biggest stories right now is Tyler Smith's role. Instead of moving back inside to guard, Smith is set to remain at left tackle, and that decision has ripple effects across the entire line. The question now is whether keeping him there is the best move for the team both in the short term and for the future. Fans and analysts alike have been weighing in, and the conversation is heating up because it touches on not just one, but several positions on the offensive front. The situation started when Tyler Gayton suffered a high ankle sprain that's expected to keep him out of action for at least 4 to 6 weeks. That timeline means he's unlikely to suit up for Week 17, leaving Smith as the best immediate option at left tackle. But it's not just about this season. If Gayton returns, he might not necessarily slide back into the left tackle spot. Instead, there's talk that he could serve as a swing tackle, providing flexibility to shuffle around the line, depending on matchups and health. That creates an interesting dynamic because it leaves questions for other linemen, particularly Terrence Steele, about where they fit in the pecking order and what the long-term plan looks like for the Cowboys heading into 2026. Smith's ability to play left tackle has been proven, but many believe his natural strength is at guard. His experience, technique, and skill set might be better suited to the interior, where he can help protect Dak Prescott from immediate pressure rather than being tested on the edge. With Dak under center, the offensive line's primary goal is to provide him space to operate, step up, and make plays. When linemen are out of position or forced into roles that stretch their skill set too far, it can lead to mistakes, penalties, and increased pressure on the quarterback. So, while Smith staying at left tackle is a short-term solution, the question remains whether it's truly optimal for the team's long-term health and success. Offensive line decisions are never simple, and there's a lot to unpack here. Tyler Gayton, for example, has been impressive when healthy. Over the last several games before his injury, he looked like one of the more dependable left tackles in the league. His stats and performance showed real growth, and he was trending toward elite-level play. That's why moving him to a swing role or pushing him to right tackle raises eyebrows. It seems counterintuitive to take a player performing at a high level in his natural position and adjust his role without a clear long-term benefit. On the other hand, the flexibility might allow the Cowboys to experiment with their roster, give younger players experience, and manage salaries strategically. There's even speculation that moving Smith to left tackle could impact his contract, positioning him as one of the top guards in terms of pay while adjusting expectations on the tackle side. These are the kinds of long-term considerations teams must balance alongside immediate game day needs. Terrence Steele is another piece of the puzzle. He has plateaued in terms of development, showing flashes of competence, but also consistent vulnerabilities, particularly in pass protection. His current performance level suggests that the Cowboys aren't likely to see a significantly better version of him emerge. With potential roster moves and contract considerations, Steele's future with the team might be uncertain. This makes decisions about Smith and Gayton even more critical because the team must identify who will anchor the line for years to come. It's not just about this season. It's about creating a foundation that allows Dak Prescott to operate effectively without being exposed to unnecessary pressure or risk. And while fans debate the merits of these moves, the data supports some of the concerns. Analysts have pointed out that Smith excels at guard and has habits and technique that align better with interior line play. His all-pro tendencies and skill set allow him to protect the quarterback and open lanes for the running game more effectively when not stretched to the edge. Meanwhile, Gayton's development at left tackle demonstrates that he can thrive in that role. He has built the instincts and habits required for that position, and flipping him to a swing role introduces potential risks. Yet, the team seems committed to experimenting with the alignment, perhaps seeing it as a way to balance health, skill, and salary constraints. In practical terms, this means that for the rest of this season, we'll likely see Smith continue at left tackle, filling in for Gayton while he recovers. TJ Bass has been rotated in at left guard over Nathan Thomas, providing a more consistent option for run and pass protection. Bass has shown flashes of reliability, though there are still areas for improvement, particularly in handling speed rushers and chaotic pass rush situations. The combination of Smith and Bass on the left side is being tested as the team figures out which lineup offers the best balance of protection and efficiency. Even so, many believe that Smith's ultimate best fit might be at left guard, which creates an ongoing debate about whether the Cowboys are optimizing their lineup or simply patching gaps as injuries occur. Looking ahead to 2026, the implications of these choices become even more significant. Every decision made now will impact the development of younger players, the health of key veterans, and the overall continuity of the offensive line. If Smith proves capable at tackle in the short term, the team might stick with him there longer than expected, potentially delaying the natural development of Gayton or others. Conversely, if the experiment exposes weaknesses, it could accelerate moves to adjust positions or bring in new talent during the offseason. This makes the current stretch of games crucial, as the coaching staff will gather data, observe player performance, and make informed decisions about who fits best where for the future. Fans are also engaged in this conversation, with opinions divided on the best approach. Some argue that Smith at left tackle is a necessary short-term adjustment, given injuries and depth concerns. Others feel that the team should focus on placing players in positions where they can excel long-term, even if it requires temporary lineup shuffles. The tension between immediate needs and long-term strategy is what makes these discussions so interesting, because every choice has both risks and rewards. The Cowboys are navigating a delicate balance, trying to protect their quarterback, maintain offensive efficiency, and ensure that the offensive line remains cohesive amid injuries, roster moves, and contractual considerations. This conversation extends beyond just Smith and Gayton. The performance of the entire line, guards, tackles, and centers alike, directly affects the running game, quarterback confidence, and the team's overall offensive rhythm. Mistakes or mismatches in these positions can have ripple effects throughout the offense, leading to stalled drives, lost yards, or unnecessary sacks. Every adjustment, whether permanent or temporary, carries consequences that impact not only the current season, but also planning for 2026 and beyond. Continuing with the offensive line discussion, one of the key questions that keeps coming up is where exactly Tyler Gayton fits once he is healthy. The high ankle sprain has sidelined him for weeks, and even as he approaches potential game action, the coaching staff is weighing whether he should resume his role at left tackle or slide over to right tackle as a swing option. This uncertainty has implications not only for Smith but for Terrence Steele and the broader composition of the line. Gayton has spent the majority of his career at left tackle, both in college and professionally, and when healthy, he has consistently shown the ability to perform at a high level. His technique, footwork, and understanding of edge protection make him a reliable asset, particularly in crucial third-down situations and against elite pass rushers. Yet, the possibility of moving him around introduces a layer of complexity that could impact his rhythm and overall effectiveness. Looking at Steele, his current trajectory is concerning in terms of long-term planning. He has reached a plateau in performance, showing flashes of competence but also recurring vulnerabilities in pass protection. His consistency is questionable, which puts additional pressure on the coaching staff to determine the optimal starting lineup. The decision to maintain Smith at left tackle in the short term seems to address immediate needs. But if Gayton returns and Steele remains in the fold, the Cowboys must carefully evaluate who can provide the most stability and protection for Dak Prescott. This is particularly crucial because Dak's play style, while resilient, still depends heavily on clean pockets and reliable interior protection to make decisions and execute plays effectively. Analysts and coaches alike have weighed in on Smith's role. There is a strong consensus that while he can perform adequately at tackle, his natural aptitude is for guard. Playing at guard allows him to leverage his strength, technique, and vision to open lanes for running backs and provide consistent protection against interior rushers. This is critical for Dak Prescott, who benefits from predictable, structured protection directly in front of him rather than unpredictable edge pressure. Keeping Smith at left tackle may address immediate gaps, but could also compromise his peak performance and long-term development. Offensive line coach Duke Manny has noted that Smith's skill set is optimized for guard, and that forcing him to adapt to tackle could create risks, especially against elite pass rushers where split-second adjustments make the difference between a sack and a successful play. TJ Bass has emerged as an important part of the left side rotation, taking over at guard in place of Nathan Thomas. Bass has shown the ability to handle initial contact and contribute to both pass protection and run blocking, though there are areas where he still needs refinement. Against teams with strong defensive fronts, any weakness can be exploited quickly, which is why the combination of Smith and Bass is under close scrutiny. While Bass has not yet reached the level of consistency required for full confidence, he provides a viable short-term option, particularly when paired with Smith's interior strength and experience. The coaching staff is effectively testing different configurations to determine the best long-term solution, all while navigating injuries, recovery timelines, and strategic roster considerations. The implications for 2026 are profound. Decisions made now will shape the development of younger players, the trajectory of veterans, and the salary structure of the offensive line. If Smith continues to perform at left tackle successfully, the Cowboys may decide to extend his tenure in that position, which could delay Gayton's natural progression or adjustment back to his preferred spot. Conversely, if the current arrangement exposes vulnerabilities, the staff may need to reevaluate, potentially introducing new talent or shifting positions in the offseason. These choices are not isolated. Every move impacts the rhythm of the line, the performance of the quarterback, and the effectiveness of the offense as a whole. Fans have weighed in vocally on social media and comment sections, with opinions divided over the best approach. Some believe that maintaining Smith at left tackle is a necessary short-term fix, addressing immediate needs while injuries linger. Others argue that prioritizing long-term development and placing players in positions where they can excel will yield better results over time. The tension between immediate tactical needs and strategic planning is at the heart of the current debate. It is a delicate balance, where the risk of short-term underperformance must be weighed against the potential long-term benefits of player optimization and development. From a performance standpoint, data from the last several games shows that Gayton, prior to his injury, was trending toward elite-level play. His pass-blocking efficiency, ability to handle complex defensive alignments, and minimal penalty history highlight his value as a left tackle. Conversely, Smith's metrics indicate that while capable at tackle, his peak performance is achieved at guard. These nuances are crucial when considering how to structure the line for both immediate and future success. The Cowboys are in a unique position where they must juggle these realities while maintaining a competitive edge, ensuring that Prescott receives consistent protection and planning for roster moves in the coming offseason. Looking closer at the run game, the offensive line's composition directly influences effectiveness. Interior linemen play a significant role in creating gaps and maintaining lanes for running backs, while tackles are crucial for edge containment and preventing defenders from collapsing the pocket. Any disruption in alignment or misallocation of talent can have cascading effects, slowing the run game and forcing Prescott into rush decisions. This is particularly relevant given the current state of the Cowboys' offensive line, where injuries, performance variations, and strategic adjustments create a constantly shifting puzzle. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In what could be the most shocking move of the 2025 NFL season, whispers are circulating that the Dallas Cowboys are eyeing a blockbuster addition to their roster, Christian McCaffrey. The star running back, known for his unmatched versatility and playmaking ability, could be headed to Dallas in a move that would instantly reshape the Cowboys' offensive outlook. Sources close to the organization hint that the front office is exploring every avenue to bring McCaffrey into a backfield that has struggled to find consistency, and the prospect of pairing him with their existing offensive weapons has ignited feverish speculation among fans and analysts alike. For years, McCaffrey has been considered one of the most dynamic players in the league, capable of turning routine plays into game-changing moments. His ability to contribute as both a rusher and a receiver would give the Cowboys an explosive, multidimensional threat, something the team has arguably lacked in recent seasons. Speculation suggests that management is convinced that adding a player of McCaffrey's caliber could be the key to salvaging their 2025 campaign, giving quarterback and coaching staff new life and forcing defenses to rethink their approach. Analysts are already debating how McCaffrey's arrival could impact the team's offensive strategy. Would he immediately take over as the focal point, or would the coaching staff attempt a more balanced approach to integrate him alongside their current backfield? The potential matchups with opposing defenses have sparked endless debate on sports talk shows, with some predicting that his presence alone could open up the passing game and elevate the team's overall efficiency. The Cowboys have never shied away from bold moves, and landing a player of McCaffrey's stature would cement their reputation as a team willing to chase championship aspirations aggressively. Of course, nothing is confirmed, and the NFL rumor mill is notoriously unreliable. But the mere possibility of Christian McCaffrey in a Cowboys uniform has sent fans into a frenzy, with social media buzzing with excitement and speculation about what such a signing would mean for the remainder of the season. If the deal does materialize, it wouldn't just be a signing. It could represent a statement of intent from Dallas, signaling that they are willing to take extraordinary steps to compete at the highest level. Whether it's fantasy football implications, tactical shifts, or sheer star power, the conversation alone is enough to keep the Cowboys at the center of every NFL headline. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.